Hey everyone, it's Kayla. So I have been out here today because it's finally warm and I'm finally getting better. We did so many fence posts. We pounded in about 120 fence posts. They were 9 foot tall and 5 or 6 inches around, I can't remember. And they had to be 6 foot tall for our Mustangs. We're building BLM certified or BLM approved facilities so we can rescue more Mustangs. But it's been in the 50s today, and so I decided to come out here and work on my new chicken coop area. The brats have decided to roost in the barn on top of my storage freezer. It doesn't actually work, but I keep food in there, so they've been roosting on that, and I come out every day to a freezer covered in chicken poop, which is gross. It's gross, and I want them out of my barn. So these guys are going to be on restriction from free range for a while. And as you can see behind me, I had some dog kennel panels that I just put up around here, and so I'll take you around here and show you everything that I've got going on here, and then I will show you how to build a quick and easy roost in your coop. My guys, since we got so many this year, I needed a different roost. I was just using an old ladder that they could climb up on, but there's too many of them now for that, which is part of the reason I think they started roosting in the barn. So we're gonna get that done today. And outside my coop, I have, you can kind of see over there, I have my electric and water, so it's easy to get over here. So I'm gonna run a heated water, a heater for the babies, and then I can easily water them. And then right here, this was for the dogs. It was a shade cloth, but I'm gonna take it off of this side here because we don't get wind or anything here, and add it over to the panels down here, so that they have a wind block and a snow block when it gets really bad out. And then I'll probably eventually, well actually I don't know if they're gonna stay here or not, so we'll see if they stay here. If they stay here, then I will try and cover the top of this area for them so that hawks and stuff can't get in there. But my goal is to have them back free ranging here soon once they're recoop trained. Alright, so I actually have 2 coops here. I got this one right here. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I think I paid $100 for it. So it was great. You know, these things, it's one of the cheaper ones, but usually they're like $400 or $600 brand new. What I've done is I have put T-posts in the ground to anchor my chain link to. It's pretty sturdy, and I mean that they aren't gonna get out. And then this one also, it came like this, but the people who had it previously added wood around here, around most of the sides, so that the chickens are protected from the wind, because it gets really windy here in Montana. And then inside of it, and I don't know how it was originally when I got it, this whole section was just open, like you could see down to the ground, so I added in some plywood right there to give them a nice sturdy space. This is where the babies are gonna go. They were out here for a little bit, but we had a really bad cold snap, so I brought them inside to stay warm, and I'm about to bring them back out now. So over here, I was just playing around with rocks. I'm going to put some hardware cloth between these 2 buildings to keep them together, and that'll be good for them. And then in here is my big coop. I have nothing in it right now because I'm getting ready to add in my new roost. Hi you guys, what do you guys think? We do deep litter here for the winter because I don't want to drag wheelbarrows full of chicken manure all around the yard in the winter. So it's about due for another layer of pine shavings here soon. But because Montana is so dry, this actually is really just, it's really fine. I'm a little worried about it getting too dusty in here, so I'm going to watch. And if it starts getting dusty, then I guess I'll just have to change it out all the time, or maybe put in sand. But as these guys are clicking around, we'll kind of scoot this over. The one thing I really like, I spent the time and put laminate down at the bottom, so if any water gets in here, if it spills, anything like that, I can easily clean it out and rinse it all out. And then I added in all of this boarding on the walls to make it look a little bit nicer. This was actually an old ice fishing house that I found on Facebook Marketplace for like $100. And it came, you can see on the door here, I've got to add something to cover this up because they're pecking at it. It came insulated. So underneath all of my panels there is insulation. So I just need to add a panel to the door so they can stop pecking on that. So yeah, I will be in here. I'll probably do the roost on this side, run the roost from this wall over to that wall, and I'm hoping to set my phone up in the window and video it for you guys. Hi Easter, look at you. Finally came out of your molt. He had one tail feather for like 3 months. It was the funniest thing in the whole world. Hi Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm gonna cut some wood, and then I will come back and show you guys how I add in my super easy roost in here. Alright, so I am about to make my chicken roost area in here. It's going to be running across this wall. The first thing that I got here is I've got 2 chunks of 2x6 that are the same length. I just measured it to fit this section here. So what I'm going to do, I am not really worried about exactly how high up it is on the wall. I'm going to use a level to make sure that everything's nice and even. You can, if you want it at a specific height, you can measure up your wall and do everything, but I don't have to worry about that because I've got a level. If you don't have a level, then just make marks on both areas or wherever you're going to screw it in. This place has a stud over here and then one right here, so I just have 2 places to screw into on here. So I'm going to put 2 screws on each side. Alright, so here's my drill. I have 2 levels. I've got my little one here, and then I've got another bigger one which I'll use to make sure that the roost bar is large enough. So I'm gonna guess about 2 foot up on the wall for them. Put this on here. Let me just sink one screw in, makes it easier, and then level it from there. And I'm just using some old pieces of wood that I had from, I think this 2x6 was actually a fence board that the horses kicked down, so. Alright, there's one. Get this nice and level there. Should have started my screw actually. You do that first. When you're working by yourself, it's easier to start the screws on the ground rather than doing what I'm doing. Your first 2, but oh well. Alright, now make sure it's level. Right there. Okay, so you guys can't see, but it is not quite pushed in as it should be, so if your board doesn't line up how it should, doesn't join in far enough, pull the screw back out, okay, and then really press in on it and put it back in some. There. Actually, for this, I'm looking at it, I might go grab some longer screws. These are 2.5 inch. And this is a 2x, so I've only got a little over a 1/2 inch in here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go grab longer screws and then I will be right back. So I went ahead and screwed on this piece over here, and the way I did that was I took one of my 2x4s and I put it up, checked that it was level at the far end and the closer end to me, and screwed it in. So now I'm getting ready to attach these roost boards. I want to make sure I don't want it all the way against the wall because I want room for poop to fall behind because chickens are gross and messy. So I want to bring it, let's say, about right here-ish. For this, I don't actually have measuring tape with me, so use something that's consistent in size for both sides. About right there, and about right there. So I will put that up in a second. So what I'm going to do to attach these, I have 2 chunks for each side that are 2 different sizes of old 2x4. So I'm just going to screw it on level it. I want this one raised up a little and the other one I'll drop down lower, so that they have 2 levels for them. So start my screw while I'm on the ground. It's always easier when you're by yourself because you can get the right amount of pressure on. Alright, so there's that. And I want to take my, move this over my head. Take my measure right here, right, have the edge there. This one's definitely trying to screw a little crooked, so I'll make sure I sink another screw on this side. So grab a screw and my level, because I want to make sure this top is level. Right there. And grab this one, set it there. Get my spacer. Okay, so I've got it spaced, got my bed level, screwed it down close to me so I don't have a hard time seeing it. I have this, which is started, and I want to pop it up. Right there is level. I'm still level. Got that. And then what I'm going to do is take the board off, let it rest here, level out this top. Just about right there. And my next screw. Alright, nice and level there. And then set my board up here. I have my board set up over here. And we're going to sink 2 screws in at the top. I'm going to screw it in right on top. And I can add a 3rd level later if I want to. Yeah. So, right here, just at the edge, to a nice and sturdy. It's just chickens in here, and they're really not that heavy. If for some reason I felt like they were too heavy for it, you could add a middle brace right here. Just put a board going down, but they shouldn't need it. If I see it sagging over time or something, I will add it in, but this should be more than enough for the chickies. So yeah, that is my quick, easy DIY chicken roost.